Love you too. Bye. We're parting ways with our son and daughter-in-law after sharing 3 days of adventure on the Trans-Wisconsin Adventure Trail. If you missed those videos, we'll link them at the end of this one and down in the description.
I knew it was going to be close.
All right, see you
tomorrow.
Yeah, you're going to see him tomorrow. They are headed down to Milwaukee to pack up their RV, and Tim and I are going to head over to Door County and do a little exploring over there. In a little over 24 hours, we'll meet the kids back home again in Indiana, which was Indiana's state slogan a while back, in case you didn't know, where they have a little bit of final business to take care of before their move to Washington State. Well, the bridge is all covered in plastic. I wonder if they're painting. I bet that's what they're doing. So, yeah, city of Green Bay. Not, no, like, skyscrapers or anything. Like Chicago. Fish Creek is a little town on the Green Bay side of Lake Michigan, and it's the gateway to Peninsula State Park, which is where we were planning to stay the night. On Wisconsin's DNR website, it says that Peninsula is Wisconsin's most complete park. It offers over 460 campsites, 3 group camps, a summer theater, an 18-hole golf course, sand beach, bike trails, a lighthouse, and 8 miles of Door County shoreline. We didn't have time to experience all of those things, but we were able to drive around and take in the natural beauty of the park. As we've discovered in a few other places, you do still have to pay a daily entrance fee, even if you have campground reservations. So this is one of the places that they said is good to watch the sunset.
WEBORG Point.
Oh, yeah, there's camping in there too. Dang, maybe we should get a spot in there, huh? This may be another place. Nelson's Point. Could be. Definitely. Park in there.
Where are we?
South Nicolette. around the other side, the east side of the park. SKYLINE Trail. So really any of these parking areas along here would be good places. SKYLINE Road cuts across over to the east side. Yeah, so there's a campground here. Something Bay Campground. Tennyson Bay. Oh, that campground's fairly empty. Well, at least back here away from the water. Nature Center, overflow parking. Shore Road, Lighthouses, Welker Campground. So we probably could have went that way. And it would have met back up. We'll find out.
What road are we on? Did it say? Bluff Road?
Yes. Bluff Road is just this little connector road. So we were on Shore Road. That's the road that you're driving on when you come in from the entrance. But Shore Road turns left here and goes out along the shore, and then comes back and meets up just past South Nicolete Bay Campground, which is actually where we're headed. That's where our campsite is for the night. After we get camp set up, we're going to head out to SKYLINE Road, which is the highest road in the park, to try to find a good overlook to capture the sunset. And then on our way back to the campground, we'll go ahead and drive that longer part of Shore Road. This is pretty, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna turn left and go back out to Shore Road. So we could have just stayed on Shore Road.
Because Shore Road, we're taking it clear up on the shore.
Mm. So there's the campground right there. Nicolete Bay.
What number?
800s, 848. Oh, so there isn't a check-in, huh? No parking. Do not enter. Cabins. Somebody in a hammock. So it's towards the end, I know. $8.50. So it should be this next one here. Yep.
Hey. They pull up that way.
Okay. Let me see before I have to Once we got the camper backed in and our campsite all set up, we realized that we had a beautiful view of the lake from the back side of our campsite. We had reserved this campsite hoping that it would have a view like this. It was the last campsite available on the lake side of the campground. It was already pretty late in the evening. We made a quick dinner and then after dinner headed out in search of a good place to watch the sunset. So, straight ahead. When we get to SKYLINE Road, if we can go, if it's not a one-way road and we can go on it, we'll go on it. See if there's any good places up there to watch the sunset. Oh yeah, this should be it here. SKYLINE Road, yep.
Highland Road.
Oh, SKYLINE Road, Highland Road. Oh, I see, yeah, so we want to say on SKYLINE. Highland just goes back out to the main road, to the highway.
So shouldn't that be Highway Road?
Oh, pretty blue flowers blooming.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing some water over here. So yeah, go ahead and pull over here and let's see. Oh, this could be a good spot, maybe. This looked like it could be a good spot overlooking the lake. So we set up a couple cameras outside and had our dash cam going as well, hoping that it would be a beautiful sunset. It was beautiful in its own way, but not as spectacular as we had hoped. Talked to a couple locals who said the sunsets had been like that lately due to the Canadian wildfires.
This wasn't sure
Which was SKYLINE?
Yeah.
Historic site. Oh, let's see what this is. Aerial pursuits, Peninsula ski jump. 1938, you've climbed to the top of Peninsula ski jump. Your skis are fashioned of maple and your binding made with straps of an old horse harness and inner tubes of a tire. You lean forward and gravity takes over at 50 miles an hour on the 100-foot takeoff run. During the late 1930s, Peninsula winter sports events attracted hundreds of people. Then came World War II. Another one of those could be creepy to come across in the dark, not knowing it's there. Sven's Bluff. Historic site. Oh, this would be a good place. So now go to the left. We went to the right before. What is this? Dump stations? Wow. One way, do not enter. You gotta go with that.
I'm not going
okay.
through.
Oh, okay. Well, and I guess it don't matter. Like, it's not like there's anybody here. That's the most dump stations we've ever seen in a park. Yeah, don't know what I'm getting all bent out of shape about. It's the rules. It says one way. Eagle Bluff Lighthouse.
Pulling there?
Oh, you can pull in there. We'll see what it is. Oh, there it is right there.
I'm not going the wrong way, am I?
Probably, but that's okay. We are. It's not open now. Oh, okay. Ah. Oh, yep, it's on. See it flashing?
Mm-hmm.
Established 1868. Deer in the road, straight ahead. Deer in the headlights. We made it back to camp just as it really got dark. We started a campfire. We had laid one in before we left to try to capture the sunset. But the wind picked up and got pretty heavy, so we ended up putting it out and turning in for the night. The next morning, the lake was much different than it had been the evening before. We had one last stop we wanted to make in Peninsula State Park before we left.
You doing the stairs?
It's like a 5-mile walk.
I'll meet you up there. We'll see who gets there first.
No, I will. A heart attack.
Or you want to do the stairs going up and then the ramp going down? It's okay. We'll do the stairs going up, the ramp going down. Because I know going down the stairs is hard on your knees.
Don't they have an elevator?
If you've watched our earlier videos, you may remember that I'm afraid of heights. I was a little nervous climbing up. This first level wasn't too bad at all, but I was worried about how I was going to feel at the top, especially with the wind. But I have to say that this tower is so sturdy. It does not move in the wind at all. So it ended up being fine. I was okay on this tower. I like to push myself. Sometimes I chicken out, but I push myself whenever possible.
Halfway there.
Man, they have a skateboard.
wind is freezing.
Oh, wait a minute. Where'd the wind go?
I know that, yeah.
Easy.
Eagle Terrace. This is going to take us past the golf course and then out to 42.
We headed east out of the park towards the tip of the peninsula. We knew we weren't going to be able to drive all the way to the end of the peninsula, but we wanted to see a little bit more of this side before we turned south and headed across to the other side of the peninsula and back towards home. The town of Ephraim is right after you turn out of the park, and it's a beautiful, quaint little shore town.
Churches over there.
Confectionery and fudge house.
Closed. Fire department. The village hall. A lot of private beaches there, owned by the houses across the street. I always find that really interesting.
Just as we entered Sister Bay, we got a text from the kids that they were ready to head towards home from Milwaukee.
8:27, they're unhooking their camper.
Who is?
Cody and Brenda.
They're unhooking? They're hooking.
Disconnecting.
They're home already?
No. Unhooking the power.
Oh, okay.
We turned south on 57 to head across the peninsula to the other side, so we could check out a few of the towns over there. Whichever way you go down either side of the peninsula, you have to go back through Sturgeon Bay. That is the only way across the canal that cuts between Lake Michigan and Green Bay.
Scandinavian Lodge.
Yeah, so there's a lot of Scandinavian influence or whatever. One of the things I was trying to see if we could do last night was a fish boil. So there are multiple Scandinavian restaurants here. Apparently that the fish boil thing is a Scandinavian.
A fish boil sounds steamy.
apparently a whole thing. So they have the big pots. They put the fish in the pots, and you know, they cook it. It's a boiled with potatoes and onions. I don't know if there's corn in there too, just like with a crab boil kind of thing. But the whole, like, the show is the boil over. So when the fish is almost done cooking, they throw a bunch of kerosene on the fire, which makes it whoosh, and it makes the pot boil over. And it's like a whole thing, you know. It's a show.
Sounds steamy.
Welcome to Bailey's Harbor, founded in 1849. Some work out there. Door County Brewing Company. Bearded Heart Coffee. Okay. Sturgeon Bay.
Water crossing!
Here's what Heckenback thinks of these kind of water crossings. This is what she thinks.
It says stay on 57.
Yeah, so we'll take 42 though. Go through Manitowoc.
Manitowoc.
Yep. Downtown Algoma. This is a quieter part of the peninsula.
Big Jim. Algoma Steam Heritage.
Algoma, Wisconsin. Tackle and Bar, hooked up. Yep, all the way around.
Of course, the kids made it back to Indiana before we did, but we were able to have a couple more days with them before they had to leave for Washington. Tim made arrangements with a really good friend of ours for them to park on their property, not too far from our house. Tim had fun harassing them with the drone while they were trying to get everything packed up so they could leave.
Now I'm gonna cry.
It was hard to say goodbye, but we're so excited for them to be off on adventures of their own, exploring the country and discovering new places. Of course, we're gonna worry, but that gives us an excuse to go check up on them, right? Thanks so much for watching. In just a few weeks, we'll be headed up to Canada, so those videos will be coming soon. In the meantime, we have a couple shorter trips to share, so we'll be seeing you in those videos soon.